Rockin' Roller Coaster Starring Aerosmith at Disney's Hollywood Studios is permanently closed, and the ride will be reimagined to a Muppets attraction. During the ride's final days, it had a wait time up to 115 minutes and was even the longest wait time in all of Walt Disney World Resort. At 8:30 p.m., just a half hour before Hollywood Studios was set to close, the ride was sitting at an 85-minute wait time before jumping back to 115 minutes by 8:45 p.m. Rockin' Roller Coaster opened its gates at Disney's Hollywood Studios on July 29, 1999, as part of the park's 10th anniversary celebrations, and Aerosmith participated in a dedication ceremony. Guests reached the ride under an archway at the ends of Sunset Boulevard next to the Twilight Zone of Terror. Signs for G-Force Records were on either side of the archway. According to the ride's story, guests were entering G-Force Records for a backstage tour. The logo was circular, like a record, with notches representing a G and an F. The top of the archway was adorned with a limousine riding upside down on a guitar's headstock, giving guests a preview of the ride they were about to experience, and the strings of the guitar swirled over the courtyard. The metal strings were mounted with lights. Once you got into the queue, guests passed Recording Studio A and headed down a hallway. Here was an exhibit of rock and roll memorabilia, mainly t-shirts and posters from real artists. Next was the pre-show. It had guests looking through a window into a recording booth full of instruments. Through another window on the other side, they could see Aerosmith and an audio engineer. As the band members discussed the track they just recorded, their manager entered to tell them they were late for a concert. Through the doors behind her, a limo was seen arriving. Then guests walked through an alley, and in the alley, a super stretched limo was indeed waiting. Guests could usually watch a few launches before they boarded. They then walked through a final section of the queue that was made up of scaffolding and fencing. The coaster trains were super stretched limos, but the design was influenced by the 1962 series Cadillac. They seated 24 passengers in 6 cars, and each train had a total of 125 speakers and 24 subwoofers. The seats had over-the-shoulder restraints with built-in handles, and after flashing through a few different traffic and rock-related messages, the LED sign reminded guests to face forward and keep your head back. Steven Tyler then counted down from 5 and the limo took off. The limos went from 0 to 57 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds. Hopefully you didn't forget to smile because a picture was taken of you right when the ride launched off. Okay, so let's fast forward. Though the ride track will remain the same, much of the ride's trappings will change for Rockin' Roller Coaster Starring the Muppets, which will open in the summer of 2026. In this new version of the attraction, guests will join the Electric Mayhem, Kermit, Miss Piggy, and more Muppets at G-Force Records. The new storyline sends guests on a rock and roller coaster trip across Hollywood, with help from Muppets Labs and a high-speed limousine. The ride will include iconic Hollywood landmarks with a fun Muppet twist, offering great music and plenty of fun that only the Muppets can bring.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to 305 Sports Babe, and catch an episode of the SoFlo Sports Show here on YouTube.